Mic check, testing one, testing two. This is a continuation. Okay, great. So the last video I got cut off video. My computer shut down, blue screen. Happens when I have a lot of windows open. So I am going to just continue where I left off from the last video. I was saying how potentially we might get a big correction for Bitcoin back down to 74,000. So if you haven't watched the last video, check for the higher time frame analysis. So analyze from the monthly, I'm now down to the 4 time frame. So expecting the price to potentially come back down to 74,000. And if we go on the weekly, as I stated, we have this big engulfing candle engulfing the last 3 weeks. And this big engulfing candle is actually quite a bit of volume in it. So the move can be, is more than likely, I would say, it's quite probable to be a real move for a bigger correction. Could be the start of that move. Usually we see a lot of volume at the start of big moves, right? And it broke below the support here on the weekly time frame. Zooming in on the daily time frame, as stated, I'm considering this area right here the lower high, and this is the lower low, but then we have this internal resistance here. So I'm looking at this immediate range between this internal daily high right here and this daily low right here. So I'm looking between this range. I'm thinking that price is probably going to push down, and the first area that I'm looking for it to react from is this previous daily area here around 94,000, and we see it went there already, and we have this weak rejection. If this doesn't hold, then the next area I'm looking for is this previous support area here around 95,000, and so forth. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, it drew this trend line from point A to point B, connecting the wicks, and you can see it looks like it's being respected from this standpoint. Price did break above it, but then it came back to close underneath the trend line. There's also this 4-hour time frame, this 50 EMA, where price rejected from the 50 EMA, and it's pushing back down into the trend. Structurally, I would say this is the low point of the move here on the 4-hour time frame, and then this is the high point. So this is a higher low, higher high. Potentially you could expect the market to make a higher high to then push up. However, just based on the high time frame analysis, I think it's reacting to the daily previous support, and this 4-hour uptrend structure I think is likely to break back bearish below these lows, and then we get further bearish price action consistent with what looks likely on the higher time frame, right? So that is how I'm looking at the market right now for the next few days. I think we're going to, if we go to the daily time frame to look for a clear target, I think after we take out this support area at 92,000 area, the next area we could look for is around this previous structure area around 89,900. So those are like my immediate target for the Bitcoin price action in terms of the bearish scenario, right? So we go to the 4-hour time frame and we go to the 1-hour time frame. We can take a closer look at the price action. It's similar to the 4-hour time frame. This is a low point, this is a high point up here, and internally, it looks like naturally how I trade, I'll try to find the higher low to then take it from the higher low to the higher high here and a little bit higher, but I say like this sloping trend line down here and this previous daily support, I think that the market is probably going to shift structure to the downside, and that is why I actually took a trade on this time frame. On this, I took a buy bid chart trade. All right, you can see it over here. So I entered the trade earlier on today around this point at 94,133 around that price, and my stop is at like 95,100. So I'm a little bit in profit right now, anticipating that the market is going to push down as I anticipated. And if so, then I'm looking to take some profit at this low 91,450, because if the market is going to break bearish, then it's going to take out this low if it's going to break bearish, because lower highs and lower lows. So this is my target, but anywhere around this point, just in case it doesn't break the low, setting this point as an alert as well, just in case it doesn't break the low. I could potentially close the trade there. But looking to scale at least 50% here, 20% there, 20% there, leaving 10% in the position, just in case the market actually breaks lower. Another thing is that on the daily time frame, the other day I spot what looks like an inverse, not an inverse, actual head and shoulder. If we use the head and shoulder tool, this is the left shoulder, this is the right head, and this is the right shoulder, sorry. So measuring the move just from the body here, like from this point here, to be conservative, to this nearest support here, and measuring from here, it's projecting a target of around 88,000, right, roughly 88,000. If we were to measure it from the wicks up here to, well, if you use wicks, you gotta use wicks to wicks, and I don't think this here is practical. Let's use the body of this previous low here and the body here, just to be more conservative. And this would say 84,500. So I'd say between 88,000 to 84,500 for this head and shoulder target if it was to play out. And this is just like the start of the move, like I said, because overall anticipating that potentially this could be the local top here and price correct all the way back down to 74,000. But I'm a day trader, so I'm just looking to take advantage of the opportunities on a intraday or couple of days basis. So that is the current overview for Bitcoin. Overall, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that we will pull back to 74,000. I'm just looking at the market trends and structure and price action, and it's suggesting that we might get lower prices, and ultimately, worst case scenario, I think we could correct all the way down to 74,000, especially if there is some strong bearish fundamental analysis that comes in that cause panic. The USD FUD recently, was doing a bit of, I guess I can't say for sure, but a lot of people on X were talking about USDT. So it's clear that a lot of people are placing a lot of importance on the USDT FUD. And today is supposedly the last day when it should be delisted from European exchanges. But from my understanding, it's not a one-day process. It's something that will take place over time. So it's unlikely that the market will completely, just panic just because of that, or it will affect the market overall. And if we look at the USDT dominance, I think it affect the USDT market cap more so than it actually affect the price, right? You can see it's been trending down. So I think it affects the currency itself, the stable coin itself, whereas maybe more dominance is going over to USDC and some other stable coin, maybe like RUSD. Let's see USDC dominance. As you can see, USDC dominance is trending upwards, right? It's trending upwards while the USDT dominance is trending down. So I think it's more so where another stablecoin gain more dominance rather than Bitcoin completely crash because of that. But a lot of peers are priced in USDT. rather than USDC. All right, I'm not going to make this analysis any longer. I just wanted to start the new year, without too much thinking, too much hesitation, without too much procrastination. Make a video, put it out there, see the feedback if any, and see if I can continue. Just try to build consistency and, gradually kick off this YouTube thing so I can provide value over time. I feel the need to be doing more with what I know, but I keep waiting for like this perfect moment for something to happen. I might as well just record the journey and show you guys analysis and stuff as I go along the way. That's it.